Good morning to all of you. Today in this video, I, Palak Jaiswal of class 9C is going to explain all about an operating system. So let's carry on with the video. In the presented image, we are given a basic explanation of what an operating system is. So I may explain, an operating system is the most important program of the computer that gets first loaded when we switch on the system. Operating system acts as an interface between a user and the computer hardware. It contains specialized programs that manage the overall functioning of the computer. So, in other words, an operating system acts as the master program that controls all other applications and programs. But why only an operating system is known as the master program and not any other? Why it is given such power and name? It is because of the objectives or the functions of an operating system, which are: first, to manage and share the hardware software resources of a computer system, which means, in simpler words, to manage and share the work, the resources, or the content of the hardware and software between one another. Second, to provide an interface for the users to communicate with the computer system. Okay, so imagine three things on your desk: a hardware, a software, and yourself. What makes us connect between the three? An operating system. An operating system also acts as an interface or a bridge that connects system hardware, software, and us. Third, to send messages to each application or interactive user about the status of operations or any error that may have occurred. Which means that an operating system also reviews each application and each system that is working on the current desktop by sending messages about any status or any errors that may have occurred while presenting it. Fourth, an operating system is also responsible for security, ensuring that unauthorized users do not access the system, which simply means that an operating system also works as a security, also is responsible for the security of your computer and the contents within by preventing any unauthorized user to enter it. Now, before moving to the next slide, let's summarize what we learned here. In this module, in this particular slide, we learned about the operating system and what are its objectives or its functions. The components of an operating system. To elaborate, there are two components of an operating system: the shell and the kernel. Firstly, the shell. Shell is also known as the outermost layer of the operating system that manages the interaction between the user and the system. It does so by first prompting you for the input, which means that it lets us type the input directly into the system. Second, interpreting the output for the operating system means the shell translates the input for the operating system so that it can further divide it into applications and programs needed. Third, handling the result output from the operating system, which means the shell also handles the output of all the input to the operating system. Hence, by virtue, a shell provides a way for us to communicate with the operating system either directly or as a shell script, which is a sequence of commands that are stored in a file. Now, a kernel. A kernel is the core component of the operating system, which acts as an interface between applications and the data processing, which is being performed at an hardware level. Until the operating system is shut down, the kernel is responsible for storing all the things that we do on a system. It also tells the other applications and programs how they would function and when. Altogether, the kernel is responsible for IO management, which means the input and output device management, controlling all the input and output device in a system. Second, memory management, as explained earlier. The kernel is also responsible for managing all the things we do, all the functions, all the tasks we execute on a system until the operating system is active. Third, process management for application execution, which means the kernel is also responsible for managing the process of how an application will execute its functions. The kernel is also responsible for managing the communication between other computers using the device drives, which is stated in the fourth point known as device management. The last point, system calls control, which means in the end the kernel is the ultimate controller of all the programs working in a system. Hence, to summarize it up, the kernel is the core component of the operating system, which definitely, as proved, works as the interface between application and data processings at the hardware level. Now, to conclude with this video, I would finally like to tell you why do we need an operating system and why it is so useful. To understand this, we would go through three phases of an operating system. First, what it does. Second, when it does. And third, how it does. Moving on to the first point, what it does. The operating system, as learned before, works as the game changer or the master program of a computer system, which orders other applications and programs working in the computer system. Second, when it does. An operating system only comes in action when the computer system is switched on and the user orders its first task. Third, how it does. The operating system manages to work this much because of its two components, the kernel and the shell. An operating system also does and performs all its functions without any error because its components manage to develop a proper communication between the systems and the hardwares. So in this video, we learned about what is an operating system, what are its parts, and what are its functions. Hope you liked the video and see you the next time.